Hi there guys, Bowlington here, and today I'd like to welcome you back to another episode of Hardcore. Now, it's been a couple of days since I've played Hardcore, and I've kind of been putting off coming back to it, and I'll tell you why. The reason is, I've been really enjoying myself in Feed the Beast, and before I even go any further, that tone is probably a bad way to start. I'm not ending the series, so don't worry, I'm not ending the series. I've been playing a lot of Feed the Beast, and I've been really enjoying that because it has a lot of goals in it. It has a lot of things that you can work towards getting, and regular vanilla Minecraft doesn't have a lot of that. And so it's just I've been kind of neglecting coming to this because I don't have a whole bunch of preset goals, a bunch of preset stuff that I can go towards, and that's been kind of putting me off. Now, 1.6 did come out recently, which adds horses and carpets and a whole bunch of other stuff like that. Those are the things that I'm stoked about. I'm really excited for the horses because I've jumped on a server yesterday and I was playing around with some horses, and they're freaking awesome. Riding around on a horse and doing all of the horse-related things is fun. It's a lot of fun, and that's something I'm excited about. The reason I haven't updated yet, and if you'll see here, I'm still on 1.5.2. The reason I haven't updated yet is because of the changes to the zombies. The zombies are a nightmare. Like I don't want to put this series at risk by updating to 1.6 because I feel that the zombies are overpowered, and it's not the tracking distance. It's not that. It's the fact that you start fighting one and a dozen of them spawn out of nowhere, and you end up getting swarmed by zombies just in crazy numbers. Like I was on here, actually this is the world that we loaded up on the server to play with the horses on. We were out in the field over there behind the artificial forest, and we were fighting zombies, and we were getting attacked by like 20 zombies, easily 20 zombies, and it took me and Morph in full gear, full diamond armor and swords and everything, and it took that to fight them off. I am terrified about what they're going to be like if I'm alone. Even if I've got full diamond, if I've got a really nice sword, which this is an alright sword, this is an incredible sword, but I'll probably end up having to make an incredible sword. But that's not something I want to risk the series on. And another thing that I noticed about the zombies was that when I was in a cave, it was even worse. Like I would round a corner and there'd be one zombie. I would try and dispatch that zombie. I'd try and kill him. And then I'd turn around and there'd be like 4 or 5 zombies behind me coming to attack me. It got to the point where I was begging for Morph to teleport me. I was running for my life with one heart in a cave, trying to get away from these zombies that spawn. So the zombies are what's keeping me from updating, and I'm either, if they don't change it in like 1.6.3 or something like that, if they don't change it, I'm going to mod it away because that's too many zombies to be able to play in hardcore, and I don't want to risk that. But I really want the horses, so I'm totally torn on this issue. But, so yeah, that's where I stand on the whole 1.6 and everything. But on some of the better aspects of 1.6, namely the horses, I've started making my world horse compatible, and riding around with horses over here on the server yesterday, I found that my bridge over there is perfect for horses. Horses love getting over that bridge. It's awesome. And all of the wide pathways that I have, and especially this wide area that I've got up here and this walkway through here, perfectly ready to go for horses, and that's awesome. So that's all pretty good as far as just being ready for horses when they come. But I felt that I needed to add some other stuff for horses to make them more interesting. So, namely, I'm adding trails, and I'm adding a huge amount of areas for me, and for you guys when I release the map to drive horses around, ride horses, drive whatever, to direct horses around. And I've created a pathway that goes from here all the way back around. It's actually only it's halfway between the windmill and the forest over there, but I want to be able to ride my horses all over the place and have a bunch of different directions to go, and just have lots of places that you can go on the horse, because horses are meant for covering distance. So I've started basically laying out where I want my horse paths to go. This is one of them. I'm going to have a walkway come out to here, and then I'm probably going to have one go over to there and then off into the distance that way. I'm also thinking about putting a tunnel through this wall of this caldera right here into the lake that's behind it, because the lake behind it is awesome. And if you watch my Feed the Beast series, this is the same seed. So that huge lake where I started out inside of the mountains, that's actually behind here. So I want to be able to get to that and maybe have a walkway that goes around that and off into the distance. So that's going in the near future. But I'm going to have a junction right here. And I've decided that all of my horse paths are going to be about 3 wide, and then I'm going to have 1 block on the edge. It'll probably be, they're going to be very simple designs just because I'm going to have to build huge amounts of them. So it's probably going to be 3 cobble across the middle, and then some oak slabs or something along the edge on both sides, so they're essentially 5 wide. So that's a lot of room for you to not fall off your horse, because if you've already updated and you've already started playing with horses, you know that if a horse goes in water that's more than 2 blocks deep, you get ejected off of the horse. They can't really swim. So that's very irritating. So I'm going to make all of my pathways and everything take that into account. So I've already started marking out a whole bunch of areas. I've got 2 tunnels over here. I've got one there and I've got one here. And these need to be decorated. I just wanted to put them in place so that I'd have a general idea on where they need to go. This tunnel, actually, when this is all done, I'm probably going to end up placing gravel on the ground through all the pathways just to make them look nice and to give them a little more Wild West feel, because you're going out on dirt pathways, or more of kind of a Skyrim feel. You've got the pathways and stuff like that. So this is these trees are going to get I'm gonna have to cut some trees down through here, but I want the pathway to connect probably I don't want it to connect directly, but it might have to. So you'll be able to come up through here, and then you're over here at the forest. And the way that I've trimmed all these trees so that there's 2 blocks right here is perfect for horses, as I found out yesterday when we were playing around on the server. I was able to freely ride the horse all the way through here with no problems, which is very good. On the topic of getting horses when the update comes, this plains biome right here goes a very long distance in that direction. We actually flew around in creative mode looking for horses to play around with. And this plains biome is massive. It goes off in that direction quite a ways, and it also goes that direction quite a ways. And then there's a biome right here that I think it's it might be a forest biome, but on the other side of that forest biome, this plains biome continues. So I've got a really good chance of finding horses fairly close to the house. And there's actually, we found some kind of desert temple over in that. I think it was that way. I'm not sure. Pope was the one that found it, and then he teleported me to him. So I have no idea where. And then I teleported back to Morph when he was back at the house. So I have no idea exactly where it is, but I know it's out there somewhere. Wherever there's a desert biome in that direction, there's a desert temple. So that could be cool. So let's go ahead, and it looks like we're gonna have to go sleep. I've started this in the morning, so I guess I've been talking for long enough for the morning to cycle through. And I might at some point put these reds. Oh, I guess he spawned closer to the fence. I might put these awesome redstone lamps down some of the pathways, but they're really, really intensive, and they're kind of a pain to install. So I don't quite know if I'm going to do that or not, but I might do that in some of the more well-established areas, because I'm planning on expanding my reach of my area quite a bit to several of the where am I going? I'm trying to go to my bed. To several of the biomes around here, which I've already started doing, but now that I'm going to have horses, I'm going to pretty much build pathways to all of the areas that I want to mess with, and then I'll have the horse to be able to take me around. And that'll make getting around a whole lot easier. It'll make it a whole lot faster, which will allow me to get a much farther reach on my area and make this world a whole lot more to my liking. So that's all fun. That's all really fun stuff. And I've smoothed this out a little bit. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to put half slabs, because horses don't have a problem going up a 1 block step. They do it really, really easily. So this should be perfect for horses to come down here and get on the pathway and either go straight and go to the right or to come through here and go left. Oh, come on. Definitely gonna have to put lot more torches around. Don't knock me in the water. You. Oh, I hate skeletons. Look at this. This is ridiculous. I hate the mob changes. I mean, I know that some people say that the zombies and stuff in 1.6 were before 1.6 they were too easy or any of that kind of stuff. I don't care. I mean, there's people that like that, but I'm not one of them. I've stuck to this for a while. The horses being the complete exception. I would love if Minecraft just stayed at one of the late beta stages. I loved the simplicity back then. You didn't have enchanting. You didn't have hunger, which I'm always annoyed by hunger. I don't like hunger. But it was so simple back then. And that was part of the allure of the game, is that it was simple to learn, but impossible to master. And that was awesome. And I kind of miss that, which, I had a thought about doing a short, like couple of video series of going back to loading up like an alpha world and playing on that for a little while, just to show people what it was like back then, before you had all this fancy stuff, before you had jungle biomes or enchantments or all of that stuff. Minecraft was so simple and I loved it. And that's what got me hooked back in the day. But this is one of the, getting back on, I guess, the topic of the day. This is one of the places where I want the horse trail to come out to. So we're going to have one long run through here. I'm thinking about taking it over in that direction because it looks like there's some cool stuff over there. But there's a plains biome right here. And I think it's the same plains biome, which we can probably go explore it a little bit real quick. And I did want this to be kind of a short episode because I wanted to mostly talk about the update and all this stuff. And I just haven't had too much creativity as far as hardcore goes. And yeah, this is that same plains biome that's over near the so you can see the top of that spruce tree that's over there. This is the same plains biome. I need to be careful because I thought there was a lake of lava here. I guess it was in there. That's the field over there. That's the forest. So this is the same plains biome, and it's oh, I forgot about that massive chunk error that happened over there. I don't know why that happened. That chunk error happened naturally. There's the lava lake. Dang. Okay, so I need to be careful, especially when I'm on a horse. Because I found that falling in holes with horses, while very amusing when it happens to someone else, is not very fun when it happens to you. Oh God. Yeah, I need to bring a bucket of water out here and get some of this stuff squared away. Wait, no, I don't have a bucket. Okay. But yeah, there are these weird chunk errors right here that happen, which I might smooth out, or I might make them into something because they're kind of humorous to me. Just being that was a total screw up on Minecraft's part. But there's a lot of cool stuff over here. There's a lot of cool biomes that I want to be able to get to, and I want to have a huge area that you can ride the horses around. So if you download the map, you can go and you can ride horses for days if you want to. I want to be able to do that. And I think having simple pathways for them to go along and having a lot of distance for you to be able to cover with the horse will be a lot of fun. So that's something that I'm definitely going to be focusing on in the near future, at least going into the update. But I'm not going to go too far. I'm going to mostly work on all of the pathways. This will probably be the farthest out that I'll take the pathways until I update, because I want to be able to generate new chunks in the update, because there might be some weirdness with the horses, but it doesn't seem like there was a problem. I think we were able to find horses pretty close, but we did have to go to some new chunks off in that direction over there. But it wasn't too bad. It wasn't like we had to fly like 1,000 blocks or anything. It was fairly easy to find horses. But just being on the cautious side, I want to hold off on making any new chunks in this version. So yeah, that's pretty much all my thoughts on horses and everything like that. Let's go ahead and dig I forgot to get, oh no, I do have torches. Okay. To end this episode off, I want to kind of dig through here and see how far it is to the other side. It shouldn't be too far, I don't think. I think this is a dirt patch. Which I know that sounds like I'm stating the obvious, but I found this dirt patch when I was digging in this world sometime in the past. It might have been a tech hit or so. Oh, that wasn't so bad. Oh, well, oh well, we got a couple minutes. Well, we might as well go ahead and dig it out and all that fun stuff. There we go. But yeah, I gotta say, one of my favorite additions to Minecraft in recent memory is the horses. The horses are so cool. They're so much fun, and I can't wait until somebody comes up with a Wild West themed adventure map. And speaking of adventure maps, me and Morph were kind of throwing an idea around of maybe possibly making a sequel to Zimnadia, which when we released Zimnadia, which was it's the adventure map that he directed. I did a bunch of building on, and he did all the redstone and all that kind of stuff, and I did a little bit of promotion for it. We released that a while ago, and if I remember to, I'll leave a link in the description, because when we released that, I only had like 600 or 700 subscribers. So there's over 1,000 new people since we released that. So if you feel like playing it, if you want to check out something that we did in the past that was I thought it was really cool. It's actually got it's a mixture of survival and adventure. It was unique, and it was pretty cool, and I had fun making it with Morph. But I'll leave a link in the description for that, so you can check it out if you want. And we might be making a sequel to it. We're working on learning how to do the resource packs and everything to change sounds and custom textures and all that fun stuff. So yeah, that should be very interesting, but I'll keep you updated to that when I learn more about it, because we were just throwing ideas around. We don't have anything set in stone. I don't even know if we're going to do a sequel or not, but it is a possibility. But if you played the map, or if you go and play the map and you want a sequel, be sure to leave a comment and say that you want a sequel, because if we've got a big interest in a sequel of the map, then we'll probably go ahead and make one. So that falls into the category of if there's demand, we will supply. So yeah, there you go. And one last thing before we call it a day here. As I said in the beginning, I was kind of not wanting to play much hardcore because I don't really have any set goals or anything. A while back, people were throwing out some ideas on stuff I could do in the series, and I never really went with it because I was kind of doing my own thing. But now that I've kind of run out of stuff to do, I will gladly take input on anything you think I could build. If you want to put some stuff about redstone, remember that I'm not too redstone savvy. I'm getting better, especially now that I'm in Feed the Beast and I'm having to figure stuff out to make machines work and things like that. I can do some redstone stuff, but if you ask me to make like a calculator or something out of redstone, I'm gonna tell you to go to Etho's lab. But if you have any ideas or anything that you'd like to see me build or anything like that, feel free to leave them below. And until next time, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. For Hardcore Minecraft, this is Bowlington, signing off.